spend ganking.
We do not have a silver bullet up. Okay, I was going to say, man, if Dr. Repulsor just survived because of that, then good times. I'm just going to say 1 second here. Alright, but yeah, I mean, right now we have TSoG playing, really just outplaying MSI. Look at the score, it's 6-1. We have a slight experience and gold lead on their team, and essentially, they're winning all lanes. I mean, it's 6-1. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
pretty
winning all
much.
lanes. So this early game
Uh,
dominance could really pay off later into the game, especially with Dr. Repulsor and Valkyrie getting up there with their farm. I mean, what are they sitting at right now? 178 gold a minute for that Valkyrie, 257 for that Dr. Repulsor, but he's been part of 2 kills so far.
yeah, well, considering winning the lanes, which Slayer is winning the middle lane pretty much, but
Hands down.
considering, yeah, considering the fact that Dr. Repulsor has helped out Valkyrie down bottom quite, quite a bit. That is probably better than actually winning just your lane, and especially also the farm enough and Sacred Archer is gonna do them great. Great. And if you look at the lane game potential, you see that Forsaken Archer probably being the hardest carry together with Flint Beastwood in this game, and those two are basically the ones that gonna turn, battle it out late game, unless some of the semi-carry types on your teams get super amazing farm. And just looking at their farm right now, they're pretty even still,
They're
even
up
though,
there. Yeah, they're
yeah,
up there.
yeah. Well, it's not, none of them has great farm. They're all, oh, Witch Slayer.
Yeah, not too sure what Witchslayer was trying to accomplish there. He missed the graveyard. Repulsor easily predicted that, but then he stuck around and we threw up a mine, threw up a magnet, and a lot of auto attacks later. That Witchslayer is heading back to the grave. So a little bit of a misplay there on No Tail's part. He was top experienced farmer of the game until then. Looks like down up top, Pestilence went down. Maybe with the help of Glacius, no, but that's also wrong. So I don't know why I said Glacius. Pestilence definitely going down there to this tri-lane. And right now we have level 9 Dr. Repulsor, taking the early level lead as he's actually sitting on highest experience and gold a minute right now. So I'm not too sure. Like, we have the creep advantage for No Tail, that Witch Slayer, but I'm not too sure he's winning the lane anymore.
No, he's not. It just doesn't seem like it. But here he grabs a, oh, Dr. Repulsor. Oh, he's just gonna get out of there with his ultimate sitting on 40 life now. Yeah, that was great play there. Basically, Witch Slayer executed it perfectly. It just was just not enough burst damage there coming out from him. But um, yeah, it seems like it. And I haven't seen any ganks from Witchslayer yet. And that is really disappointing me because Witchslayer needs to gank. If you play a Witchslayer solo mid, you play him so he can start ganking earlier. And, to leave his lane, he is a ganker. He is by no means a carry or any hero that really can put good use to farm. He just needs to get out there and help his team dominate, help his team to get some kills, help his team to stay in the game because right now they seem to be dropping out considering the hero kill lead, considering the gold and experience lead, and especially that Forsaken Archer picking up a ton of kills early on is really bad.
Speaking of a lead, Flint Beastwood going to be paying the price again for playing so far forward in his lane. That was just such an easy gank there from Repulsor, who had an illusion rune in his bottle, so making great use of that. Actually, it might have been Valkyrie with an illusion rune in his bottle, but either way, illusion rune was used. Flint Beastwood going down again. I can't really say there was any miscall associated with that one considering he went back to town, but Flint Beastwood was just so far up there. He made a very prime target simply because he is that squishy hero. Up top we got Forsaken Archer. That's a great ultimate. Just bringing that off with this TSoG team, grabbing 2 kills there for the price of 0. And really, I mean, I like how Witchslayer came up here, to help out with the gank. But I mean, these runes, sorry, not these runes, these wards should have really tipped them off that hey, they kind of know we're here, and that was just a beautiful ultimate from Forsaken Archer.
Yeah, I have to say that as well. And it was like, oh my god, that is a nice ultimate there coming out, and she did a really good job at that. But here we see now it's like trying to do what he needs to do, which is ganking, but he probably thought, I need to gank, I'm staying in lane, I'm not supposed to do that, I need to gank, and then he desperately tried to gank, and you shouldn't gank just for the sake of it. You should gank when you're, when there's an opportunity, like Dr. Repulsor has shown so many times. And now we see him initiate onto Witchslayer again. Valkyrie is there. She calls the Valkyrie. Witchslayer dropping really low. Is he gonna go down? Yes, he's gonna go down to Dr. Repulsor. And yeah, again, great communication. Valkyrie ported in. Dr. Repulsor initiated onto Witchslayer, and that was a pretty easy kill for them.
I was gonna say, I think if he didn't turn around to eat that tree and just kept moving, maybe throw out a graveyard behind him as he followed him into the tower, might have been okay. But then Dr. Repulsor goes and pops a haste rune, so there goes that theory out the window. That would have not done a lick of good at all. That haste rune, of course, is very powerful against heroes with no escape mechanisms, and can really, I mean, right now we're at this point, we're only still at boots. I like to not eat my words. Yeah, we're only at boots, and it does not look like Pestilence is at all interested right now in a portal key, and we are about to hit that 15-minute mark.
Yeah, this is the 15-minute mark. I mean, Pestilence is by no means supposed to get a really early portal key, because if he can get it, like we saw in another game where bot really early got a portal key, that is just great, and it really paid off. But playing against a trial lane, you can't expect to happen that. And now we see Pestilence most likely going down to the trial lane again. Being alone there, I don't know. Drama, they're using that swap very beautiful there to, put him right into their ranks. And yeah, but I was wondering what Pestilence was doing there, especially where was his support? Where was Glacius to protect him? He couldn't have done much, but, where was he?
Well, Glacius and Slither had gone mid, at least to try to help out that Witchslayer who, well, essentially died. And then they took their sweet time getting back up to their lane. And yeah, I mean, that was a great swap. So Pestilence, I mean, you got to be wary of the Andromeda swap, but at the same time, it can come at any point in time. I mean, what's the cooldown on this thing? I mean, it's already back up. So at the same point, I can kind of see how he thought he'd be alright. But yeah, that was just a beautifully executed gank there from Papa Drag. You notice how the support heroes made sure not to steal that kill. I mean, Andromeda could have easily landed a few extra auto attacks and gotten the kill, but instead they were very restrained and they gave it to Papa Drag. And because, again, that's who they're supporting. They're supporting this Forsaken Archer to theoretically get them through the game, or at least make life really a hellborn for the Legion. That's a joke.
Yeah, and and Pepper Drake, due to all the kills that he's been getting, and that is actually the point of a Tron is the two supports setting up kills for carries, so he can get a head start and get ahead of everybody. But now we see Forsaken Archer approaching that 300 gold per minute mark, as well as Dr. Repulsor as well heading to there, and there just seem to pull away in every kind of sense that you can say it in the game like that.
What's the word? What's the word? Right.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm German. I'm not supposed to talk perfect
It's all good.
English.
Don't worry. I'm not making fun. Don't take it the wrong way. Dr. Repulsor and Valkyrie gank is gonna land a 5-second arrow. Do not run straight away from a Valkyrie, boys and girls. But now Flint should be exacting a little bit of revenge, at least in the form of an assist. I'm not too sure. There's the ultimate onto Dr. Repulsor, who beautifully timed his ultimate, turning him invincible, or at least non-hittable. And wow, that's going to be a revenge kill right onto that Slither. Well played, sir. I hope you're going to get away from this, because you really deserve to get away from that. And well, those Valkyries, yeah, those were definitely illusions, and it looks like Repulsor's going to get away. No problem. So beautifully timed disjoint of the ultimate there.
Yeah, great play there. That is what we like to see. This is just, nice play. This joint is it's so hard to pull off, and every time I see it, I'm just like, I just feel a little more happy inside of myself.
You have a nerdgasm?
Oh yes, I love nerdgasms. No.
Wonder if I'm allowed to say
I'm not a
nerdgasm.
nerd.
That's interesting. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, it's always good to see pro players, playing up to their pro status. But I gotta say, this TSoG team right now, 16, 3, and we're not even at the 18-minute mark, folks. So they are still sticking to almost 1 kill a minute at this rate. Just get a few more kills, you're going to be exceeding that, and especially pulling this off against a team like MSI. That was a crazy Repulsor ult as he comes down here for a Glacius, and it looks like a Pestilence kill. It looks like Magnus did not make the cut as he went down. He was the focus fire target. And really, Fresh Pro, I know you should be in the back, but at the same time, I just don't quite think you're going to be doing enough damage to tide this turn of battle. What did he go for? A skill build, 4 in Deadeye, 4 in Flare, 1 in the Hollow Point, and now 2 in the Money Shot.
Yeah, and 2 in the Hollow Point now. So, yeah, the basic idea was with the early Hollow Point, the early point in Hollow Point was to actually outrange Valkyrie, so he'd have the range advantage over her, and then just go for the flare because it's just such a great skill early on, and then for perfectly executed gank in mid now in between Valkyrie and Dr. Repulsor once again. Such great play by them. Again, back to Flint Beastwood. Flint Beastwood getting that early point and Hollow Point to outrange, and the rest just simple. That is pretty standard.
Well, the only problem there is that it's Deadeye that gives the extra range. So he does have 4 in the Deadeye, so he has max attack range.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes
sense.
Yeah,
I know you meant Deadeye,
sorry.
But you kept saying Hollow Point. So 3-second arrow going to be cleaning up that Pestilence down south. Really, Valkyrie didn't need to do that, but at this point, that kill was almost in the bag. I would put money on that. At the same time, looks like that top tower finally going to be dropping for Papa Drake, playing that Forsaken Archer. What is he going for? Looks like that early Geometer's Bane, and he might actually already have it. He is sitting comfy on 377 gold, so either he bought the recipe or he's just about to, making it a 20-minute Geometer's Bane. That will just increment his damage by the good old 66%.
Yeah, we see him now picking up his farm by a whole lot more, sitting at 377 gold per minute. And, you know, Forsaken Archer, once she reaches a certain level, she can just farm so great with the split shot and those skeletons, and just become a farming machine. And once she gets a Geometer's Bane up, she already puts out a fair amount of DPS.
She has the gold ready for it, 1,300 in the bank. It's only 500 for that recipe, so I'm kind of convinced she already has it, or she's going to finish up that whatever. And it looks like Pestilence going down on the bottom, so a nice gank by the tower. There was a port in, it was by Glacius, and it looks like Dr. Repulsor going to find him in the forest, and he goes down that Man of Ice, not even needing these mines. But this is definitely going to be a push on this tower. There's 4 heroes down here, 2 of them dead for MSI, which leaves at most 3 defenders. I just don't think they care at this point for an extremity tower like this one.
Yeah, I don't think so as well, and especially considering I'm just stressing. All I do this game is stressing how far TSoG are in the lead right now, because I can't grasp it. MSI considered to be the top team at the moment, to be like the number 1 or number 2 team in the world, and they sit behind 18 kills here and 10k experience and 10k gold. That is so huge at this point of the game. And even though some people, you know, say the game is never over,
it's not over till it's over.
As long as your shrine is standing, this game is very much leaning towards the Hellborn side, which leads us to another product of your great wisdom, Mr. FourCourtJester, because who always wins? Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I hate to say that, but it seems to be true.
I don't know. I mean, the statistics don't lie at this point, and you know, there's a lot of people throwing weight behind this theory that Hellborn just seem to win a lot more than Legion.
Well, I like playing Hellborn more. I don't know why. I always like playing Hellborn more than
poor
Legion.
Andromeda. Oh, actually, never mind. Andromeda did go down, so No Tail, you made that worth it. But you died again, and now it actually looks like Glacius is going to die. He's out of mana for some silly reason. And that's, I mean, Hellborn don't care at all. It's like free Man of Ice. It's like, we're going to make lemonade. Thanks very much. Anyways.
Yeah. But what I'm wondering about is, I mean, how is MSI trying well, planning on getting back in this game.
Trying is debatable at this point, but how do they get back into the game? We have yet to see really
how could they get
a nice team fight. You know, 5-on-5, head-to-head. We haven't done any of those. It's always been 2s and 3s. It's always been 3s and 2s. Ganks. We